I got introduced to Larry Shiner. Larry was the basketball coach, and I was accepted here to New Jersey City University. And that experience was amazing because they accepted me with open arms. This university taught me so much, not only about the game of basketball, but the game of life. It's not only learning about winning, it's learning how to lose, and it's learning about disappointments that come personally, but if that's what's good for the team, that's what's good for all of us. So those were great learning experiences that served me later in life. For some reason, while I was here at New Jersey City University, I didn't see the state police position or being a trooper as being a cop. I saw it more as someone that was serving their community, serving their state. And to me, that was what was important. When I first started in the state police in 1973, I walked in after 2 days off to Somerville Station, and there was a note to call Lieutenant Jack Liddy, Division Headquarters, Criminal Investigation Section, Organized Crime Bureau. He said to me, after a period of time of speaking, he said, "Are you interested in doing undercover work?" I said, "Yes, sir." He turned and walked away. I said, "Lieutenant, what is it? Narcotics, drugs?" He said, "You keep asking questions, you're going to be out of running." Over the next 3 weeks, I learned that the President's Organized Crime Task Force, the FBI, and New Jersey State Police were starting their own trucking company on the waterfront in New Jersey. I became one of those undercover guys. That decision was not a decision that was made other than kind of selfishly. I thought it would be pretty cool to work undercover, and I also thought that it was a good way for a career path to becoming a detective. The whole time that I was undercover, I was afraid. There was such a conflict that was going on because I felt like I had cop written on my forehead. I thought everybody knew what I was doing at first. And then you become so immersed that you get so comfortable of being this new persona. I no longer saw myself as Bob Delaney. So, the street changes you, you don't change the street. And if you live in the street long enough, I refer to it's like a toilet. If you stay in a toilet long enough, you're going to start to stink. That was the street, and it changed my morality. There were times like that you thought that they may have figured out what's going on. I wore a wire over 350 times in conversations with mob guys. And my biggest fear was that if I was found with that, I would be thought to be an informant. And in that world, informants die. This investigation arrested close to 100 people after it was completely over. 5 to 6 to 7 years afterwards, before I felt safe, because I was going into courtrooms testifying, and it would, like a scab over an old wound, it would get knocked off, and it would bring back all these memories. Basketball came back and actually saved my life from my view. That was a comfortable place for me, a basketball court. After I surfaced from doing the undercover work, I started refereeing high school basketball, and then summer pro leagues over in the City College in New York, the Jersey Shore Summer Pro League. And one thing led to another, but it gave me an inner peace. Basketball gave me my life back. And then one thing led to another. I was working a game at the Jersey Shore Summer Pro League. Darryl Garrettson was the director of officials for the NBA, happened to be in the stands, scouting officials. And I think he liked the fact of my state police background and being able to control the game, and asked if I was interested. I said yes. And he hired me into the Continental Basketball Association, where I stayed for 2 years while I was a state trooper. And then in 1987, I was hired full-time into the NBA. It was the combination of the knowledge of the game that I learned here at New Jersey City University, combined with the training that I got from the state police, that put me in a position that when I was refereeing, there was a command presence that took place. And that's what I think that was of interest to the NBA. I was good at doing undercover work. We're all good at doing something in life. I could do the kiss on the cheek and hang out with the mob guys, but I'd get 5 miles down the road and I'd have to pull over and throw my guts up. Yet, what I just said very freely to you took me years upon years to be able to process and be able to say to someone and be able to admit to those kinds of fears that I was going through. I think there's 2 great days in your life. I think it's the day you're born and the day you figure out why you were born. This experience for me was not only about putting away bad guys, it's what I learned about post-traumatic stress and what I went through, that today I help a lot of good people understand how to deal with the emotions that come with being in the military or law enforcement. And it took me a while to understand that courage is not about just running up hills with bullets coming at you. It's about doing things in spite of the fear that you have.